deck, feel the ocean breeze. Every drink we take puts our minds at ease. From rum to champagne, yeah, we live in the vibe. Sips on ships, baby, it's a whole new ride. Sips on ships, toast to the night. Flavors of the world, everything feels right. Raise your glass, let the good times flow. Sips on ships, let's go, let's go, let's go.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl T with Adventures of Spirits, and welcome to Sips on Ships, where we review the cruise bars on Royal Caribbean this year. And of course, y'all know I'm not here by myself. Let me go on and bring up Miss YOLO from On the Go with YOLO. Where's my music? You know she gotta have her entry music. Hold on, where's she at? There she go. What's going on, YOLO?
Hey,
Going on?
Happy. Hey. How you doing?
Doing good.
Good.
Woo. Happy day.
Happy day. It is a good day today. So, yes,
Okay,
happy day.
all right. Well, looking good as always. Looking good.
Thank you.
All right. And look, and I always have to say, you've been putting down, you come back from a trip and you be putting down all the heat up in these YouTube. Bringing back the food, bringing back the history, and bringing back the drinks. All of
I try. And that's one thing I love: history, food, and drinks. So you're gonna get it all.
See,
mine get it all. And yes, it is exhausting and tiring, but you're gonna get it all.
Mine is music, food, and drinks, and then the history at the end after I had a few drinks. As long as I got the food to keep my feet moving in them streets, I'm good.
Yeah.
Well, YOLO, today we are going to be discussing, giving our reviews on the Hideaway and the 1400 Lobby Bar. Yep. And I know you the Royal Caribbean Queen. And so I know there are some bars are your favorites and some are like, but I'm going to ask you this, the Hideaway Bar. Just when you think of Hideaway Bar, give me 3 words to describe the Hideaway Bar for you.
Open, chill vibes. I mean, I love the openness of it. I love that there's a big window there. I love the way the bar is situated in the middle of the promenade, and it's just a cool, chill vibe. I love it.
Okay, all right. Well, I like it, especially if I'm in the water. I like the Hideaway Bar in the water, but I also like the Hideaway, and I know it's not called the Hideaway Bar like at Hideaway Beach, but I do like their live music version of what is called On the Rocks. That's on Coco Cay over there by the Hideaway Beach area. I'm loving the vibe of there and the one on the ship. So
okay, so I'm describing a different bar.
Which
Hideaway bar is at the pool, not the promenade.
Correct, the pool. Yes.
I'm thinking about somebody else's bar. Now, I like the Hideaway because of the adult atmosphere in the bar. Yeah. It is still very chill. I love the wake views of the Hideaway Bar in the sense that it reminds me of Celebrity's Sunset Bar.
And you know what? You're right.
Back there and you get the wake views.
Yep.
But there's not a lot of shade back there. And so if the sun is beaming out, you're going to burn up back there.
Yeah,
but it's still a real chill vibe. The comfort of it is really nice.
Yeah, because and you're right about that. I can tell you the Hideaway area, period, there doesn't have a lot of shade, and not just the bar. So unless you're sitting at the bar, as you can see, everything else is not under the shaded area. You might get a couple of chairs at the very rim of that covering, but outside of that, it is definitely sunbathing the entire time outside the bar, in the pool, as well as in their little lounge, adult area. Now the jacuzzi does have a awning, like an awning over it. Yeah. But other than that, you're right. You're gonna be pretty much sizzling over there.
So we didn't spend a lot of time at the Hideaway. When we were on Icon, we had Dylan with us. So we spent a lot of time at the other pools.
Okay.
But whenever I did go to the Hideaway, it was at the bar, usually very briefly because the bar was packed all the time, overflowing with everybody, all the adults and everywhere. A lot of times there wasn't any space in the pools or the pool lounge areas. So I didn't spend a lot of time in the Hideaway Bar.
Okay. And I'm gonna be honest, we didn't spend a lot of time on the Hideaway, and we've had 3 opportunities, 2 times on Icon and 1 on Star. And I would say that maybe me and my daughter and I probably spent the most time over there. But it was an overcast. We were docked, and we didn't want to get off the ship for St. Thomas, so because we had been there before. And we stayed there. There was an overcast, and then it started to rain. So we really didn't really get the full feel of it. I do like the music. I do like the vibe of the people there, but I gotta tell you, I think the pool's too small. It reminds me of Virgin's pool. You know, like you would think it's this big, huge area, and it's not. But I am waiting on the Hero. Yes, I know the Legend of the Seas is coming out, but guess what? The Legend of the Seas' layout with Hideaway is pretty much the same, but the Hero, they got it right on that one.
Sound like they learning their lesson. Yes, I am. So I'm excited about the Hero too.
Yeah,
I actually have been watching some of the most recent vlogs that have come out, and I might be a little tempted to try Legend when she comes over, but I don't know when. So I might do Legend maybe next year, but it definitely won't be this year.
Okay. Well, I'm not even going to do Legend. I'm just not going to do it because I said, when I saw the Hero and how they did the whole adult section, and they still left the other swim up bar on the other end of the pool, or the other end, which I guess would be the quiet spot, I guess. Yeah. But that Hideaway, they're extending the pool. They put in a pool bar in the pool. I'm like, that
resort style.
Yes, ma'am. And I am all for that. So I can't wait until that occurs.
Okay. Definitely. Well, I haven't been up on the deets. I'm just coming home. So I haven't been up on the deets, and I haven't been reviewing anything. Been a little busy between work and travel. So I'm gonna have to catch up on my research.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, look, let me tell you something. You got to do that. You got to do that. Because I looked at it and said, oh, yeah. Because at first I said, well, I'm going to go on and get on the Legend of the Seas. And then when I saw the Hero and saw what their layout was, I said, oh, no, baby, I'll wait. I'll wait a year and a half to go and get on the Hero. I'll wait and do that. Definitely wait and do that.
Yep.
I am looking for the menu. Now, what you remember about the Hideaway Bar? Did you get any drinks while you were over there?
I think I did at least once, but I don't know what I had. It was probably a margarita, because if it's in the middle of the day, that's more than likely what I had. So it's probably whatever specialty margarita they had on tap. So I'm looking at these.
I know that I can tell you this, the one is the Castaway Spritz. Actually, I was just shocked that I liked that one. I drunk that the entire time that I was over there the first time. Well, both times on Icon of the Seas. My daughter did taste the Sunset Spritz. She liked that one better, and she liked the Oh My God one, because that one that one sort of reminded me, it reminded me more like a Mai Tai type drink. So that's why she liked that one. But that Castaway Spritz was the bomb. And that Bloomin' Botanical is real good if you really like the gin. If you're a gin, because it's very herbal, it's very, has an herbescent type flavor to it.
Yeah.
Not just your usual gin flavor, but it was very lively. And those were the 2 that I actually liked Those
Okay.
three I actually liked over there.
I think if I could think back on what I had, it was either a margarita or it was probably either the spritz or one of those spritz that they had on offer. I doubt if it was anything heavier than that because again, when I'm on the pool bar or when I'm at the pool on the Lido deck, I want something that's gonna be more refreshing than make me more hot. So
yeah, you know what, you're right, because drinking an old fashioned and there's
not
no
in the
shade
sun,
at the
not in
pool
the
is not the
sun.
spot. No, it needs to be, like you
Not
said,
in the
very
sun,
refreshing.
yes.
Exactly. But I have to say, I know we normally grade it by the vibe, the atmosphere, and the drinks. And I don't recall them serving any food over there, even though they did
No.
have tables. There's no food, there's no snacks. But I did remember one time I was there, like towards the evening time, like close to when they were like shutting things down or whatever. And they did, well, I don't know whether it was just the bartenders who did this, but they did put out like little peanuts and stuff. They did have that on the bar, which I didn't see the other two times. So it might have just been what they did because it wasn't consistent. So,
Gotcha.
but I would have to scoring the Hideaway from a atmosphere, I would say it's fine if you like the sun, but if you don't like the sun, is not. So from a score of a 1 through 5, I would give it a 3 just because of that for the atmosphere. For the vibe, you would do the same? Okay. For the vibe, the music is off the chain. It really gives me Virgin vibes with the music. Okay. The music is very diverse. It's not like anything you're going to hear on the radio. You can tell it's like some sort of a mixture, a bunch of beats and things of that nature. And the people that are usually there are usually very lively. They're very lively, very, approachable, and they're willing to talk. It's not like they're in the corners and they're just laid out and don't want to, be a part of a party. But my experience, 1 through 5, I would give it a 4.5, only because the damn pool's too small.
Gotcha.
Makes sense. Your vibe? What's your thoughts on the vibe? But I know you said
I would say overall vibe, I'd give it a 3. The music a 4 because sometimes the music can be a little for me.
Yeah.
And the overall like spacing, maybe a 3. Just for an overall view, I would say for the seating, the location, the space, a 3.
Yeah. Now, where it's located is nice. It's like on the back of the ship. Was it the forward of the ship?
Right. It just needs some more shade.
It does. I'm like serious. They
could some umbrellas or something.
Yeah, they could have definitely given a lot more shade or some sort of an awning or something, a screen or something over there.
Yes.
In terms of the drinks, what would you give it? I'm giving it a 5 just because I was able to find something, 1 or 2 drinks that I can honestly say I would go back and get every single time out of the options that they had. And of course, they did make other drinks if you asked them. But what are your thoughts on the drinks?
Since I don't quite remember, I'm not going to trash it, but I'm not going to give it a 5 either. I go middle of the road and say 3.5.
3.5. Okay. So overall, it sounds like you're giving it pretty much an overall 3. 3.5, 3 to 3.5. Yes. I'm giving it an overall, if you average it out, about a 4. If I average that out overall. So I don't think that's not too bad for
not
for the
too
Hideaway.
Bad.
Now I am gonna be waiting for what is gonna be on that dang Hero, and I'm looking forward to it being a 5. But because it's supposed to have a lot more shade. And the bar is inside, so you don't have to get out the pool and you don't have to wait for somebody to come give you service. To just walk on up to the bar while you're still in the water vibing, and that's pretty much it. So,
Yep,
that's it with that one. Now, on to our next one. So, the next one is the 1400 Bar, which is actually located on the Royal Promenade. Is the 1400 Bar or the 1400 Lobby Bar, is whatever, that's what it's known as, is their lobby bar, on the icon, the star, Legend of the Seas, and Hero. And it has like a very sophisticated lobby feel to me. Like, in spite of where it's located, to me, it still has like that lobby feel. Like, you don't even recognize the promenade if you're in that space and enjoying it. It doesn't seem like a big strip is of people are just walking by. It's very cozy over there.
I agree.
And the lounge seating is comfortable. They have all kinds of seating. Even the bar stools, to me, were comfortable with the seats. And it's a popular place to be, especially for pre-dinner and or post-dinner cocktails. Yep. They always have the silent party is usually right around that area. You can sit over there, have some drinks, and enjoy it. The 1400 Bar, in terms of the atmosphere, I would say, is something that I would recommend. What's your thoughts on that one, Yola?
Okay, so this is what I was describing earlier. I have backwards.
Okay.
So, I love the openness of the bar. I love where it sits. And yes, you do not notice that it is the promenade there. And plus, it's a good place for people watching. It's a good meetup spot as well. Ooh. So it's not hard for people to find. Say, hey, let's meet at the 1400, and everyone knows where it is. It's not hard to find. It's not in any nooks and crannies. It's on the promenade, and you just go straight there. I think that this was a great addition Royal Caribbean did by having a bar that's right on the promenade. And it sits off to the side with all the beautiful views. So it's open, whether it's day or night. You get great aesthetics. The lounging area is really cool and great for people watching, in addition to chatting it up with your cool friends or whoever you're going to hang out with. Just an overall really, really great space. So I like it.
Yeah, and I especially love this outside area that you can go sit in, and I mean, just put your feet up and just relax, and the views are gorgeous. The views are gorgeous over there, especially depending on where your port at, or if you're embarking, or you're just in the middle of the water. It's just very, very, very relaxing. I like the fact that the music, they do have music over there, but most of the time the promenade music is going to be primarily what you hear. And they usually have live music, or they have someone playing an instrument or whatever, to certain tunes that you're familiar with. And it just radiates over there. And I love the service over there. The bartenders, to me, are wonderful. That's sort of like the alchemy bar for me from Carnival. That's the alchemy bar for me.
I agree.
Definitely.
Love the vibe. Yes.
Now, what about the drinks? So I'm gonna let you go first on the drinks.
Okay, so my two favorite drinks at this bar is the 1400 and the Curacao Cosmo. Love
Curacao Cosmo. Okay.
Love both of those drinks. That I drank so many 1400s on this ship when I was on there.
Did you?
It was a go-to.
Did you have them do the bubble each time?
From the bar and then keep going.
Did you have them do the bubble each time?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. I want my bubble. I blow my bubble, and then I walk on by my business, because I have to sip it down a little bit, because you can't walk with the martini glass and it's full. So I would just stop by, grab a drink, or I would sit there and chill out with friends and family, because my family was on the cruise with us. So just a great time. It was the inaugural when we were on. or when we sailed. So there were a lot of people, a lot of content creators. So we got to see and meet a lot of people and chat it up. And the lounge area was great. That was my drink right there. And I would come and get one and keep moving. It was my drink.
Now, see, I like this drink because of just the function. It was good, and I like the presentation of it. The one that I seem to always go and get was what was the name of it? The Flow Rider. So the Flow Rider was like the Manhattan. It was a Manhattan drink. And
I like that one too.
And baby, when I tell you that it gets you nice, I don't care. You don't even need a lot of them. I would go there and drink 2 of them bad boys, and I'm like, woo, I am straight for the night. It was mellow. It was so flavorful, and it was consistent. It tasted the same every single time.
Every time. Yep.
Every single time. Yep. The Flow Rider was my favorite drink, with the 1400 being my second one. Awesome. But another thing I wanted to touch on that I did like about the 1400 bar, which was the way that they would, in that 1400 menu that you all see here, their menu is the history of all the Royal Caribbean ships. Yes. Every class from when it was first conceived all the way up until the icon of where you are right now, the different classes. I sat there and read through that book.
Yes, the nautical design is definitely one of a kind and very, very inspirational, actually. It's like, oh, wow, this is really cool to sit here and learn things you didn't know about the different classes. So absolutely. I love all the vibes about the bar, especially the aesthetics, the menu on point, the drinks on point. Yes, the Flow Rider was great. I didn't drink that one as much as the other two because whenever I was drinking the 1400, if I wanted something different, I wanted to keep it in the family of vodka. So not switching it up too much, but yes, or keeping it to one liquor at a time as opposed to mixing up. But yes, I enjoyed this bar immensely. Outside of, I think it was my favorite bar on the ship.
So let me ask you this, because this bar, of course, has the nautical, the nautical feel in addition to the history of the actual ship. If you had to compare this to the Golden Jubilee bar on the Celebration, which also has their history over there, along with a lot of their memorabilia from all of the different ships and years, which bar would you say actually did the best at showing the history of the lineage of their ships at each of these bars? Which one you think?
I honestly, I didn't notice it at the Golden Jubilee.
Are you serious? Oh my God.
So I may have missed that little tidbit. I did enjoy my time at the Golden Jubilee. And yes, their menu was unique, but I didn't notice all of that. Not to the degree that you just explained. I think the 1400 and this particular menu and showing all the different classes of Royal Caribbean ships really tied into the theme of the Icon class, simply because they've taken little bits and pieces from every one of their style of ships, every one of those classes, and put them in one ship, in one class. So Icon to me encompasses all that came before.
Now, I can't wait to get on a Quantum class ship, which I will be on one in September, which will be Anthem of the Seas.
You will love it. Anthem is amazing. She's my favorite right now. Well, Odyssey was good too, but I still, I like Anthem. I liked Odyssey and Quantum. So you'll love it. Okay. It's a great setup. You'll love it.
Okay. Well, for those people looking to enjoy the Icon class ships, the 1400 bar is the spot to go. You must go. If you do Carnival, you know how people tell you go to the Alchemy Bar? Well, you got to go to the 1400 Bar. And yes, it was one of my favorite. Now, one of the favorites, because I'm sorry, the Shuna Bar is always my favorite. Like, it is definitely going to be a favorite. And if I had to say, those are the two Royal Caribbean ones that I am going to frequent consistently while on that ship.
Yes. Now the Schooner Bar is on every ship, so she is probably the best bar of all for Royal Caribbean for me. She's the best bar, or that's the best bar. But the 1400 in the Icon class is my favorite.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, y'all, that wraps up another Sips on Ships review. If you visited any of these bars, let us know in the comments. And what is it that you ordered? Whether you think that it deserves a higher or lower sip score, basically. For the 1400, I'm giving it a 5.
5, 5, 5.
There you go. 5 for the vibes, 5 for the atmosphere, and 5 for the drinks.
Absolutely.
I'm giving it a 5.
A 5. Yes.
And if this review helped you choose plan your next cruise, give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe, turn on those notifications for our next Sips on Ships review. Our next review, we will be reviewing the Deserted Milkshake Bar and the Lemon Post Bar located on the Icon class ships again. So with all that said, until next time. And you know what, YOLO, I was thinking about this motto, and you tell me what you think. We're tasting the world one sip at a time. I'm trying to remember what I wanted to say. I can't remember. I'll get it right next time, y'all. I'll get it right next time. It was specifically just for this. So anyway, I'll get it right. But anyway, don't be trash. Live your best life, y'all. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
This one's for my crew, my inner vibe. Exclusive moments where the spirits collide. You're the ones who ride through thick and thin. Spirit members, let the show begin. Spirit members, this time's for you. VIP love for the chosen few. Let's sip, let's vibe, it's your special space. Spirit members, welcome to the place.